golden age of Call of Duty is way better than you remember. Significantly better than the modern slop ops we get nowadays for the past 6 years. 6 years in a row, the most iconic games we've ever played. We had Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2. It's kind of crazy to think that we somehow got the greatest games in the franchise 6 years in a row. Like, in a row. That was an incredible feat. You know what's an even crazier feat, though? Is that we went from 6 years in a row of the GOATs to 13 years of the worst games of all time. We literally went from the greatest of all time, the GOATs, to the worst of all time, the fucking WOTs. We went from the GOATs to the WOTs. Don't let anyone fool you online when they say, oh, it's just nostalgia. These games aren't as good as you remember. You were just a kid back then. No. These games were significantly better than anything we've been playing for the past 12 to 13 years. It's not even close. Not even close. Now, I'm gonna break it down section by section, and I wanna start with the maps, because the maps back then, in the golden age, were the most iconic maps we've ever played. They keep remaking the same maps over and over and over and over again, because they cannot come up with anything better or new. Not even just better, they can't even come up with something that's as good as these. They can't even come up with anything that's even close to these. I mean, we know the two that they keep remaking over and over. Nuketown and Shipment, right? Those are the two biggest ones. I mean, they just remade all of the Modern Warfare 2 maps in the new Modern Warfare 3. That was only 2 years ago. They constantly remake Firing Range. They constantly remake Rust. They've remade maps from Modern Warfare 3. They remade Hard Hat. They remade Vacant. They've remade Castle and Dome from World at War. And this is all off the top of my head. I don't even need to look it up. I guarantee you if I look it up, it's just going to make my case even stronger. I'm going to read like 25 more maps they've constantly remade, because they are out of options. Now, these older maps in the golden age, they're iconic for a reason. It's because they play so well. They are just fun to play on, and they're interesting to look at. They are all themed differently while having a great flow. Now, not just a great flow, but it's almost as if the developers tested their maps. Something that, like, they definitely do not do nowadays. I do not believe it. I do not believe modern Call of Duty developers actually test their maps. They might play on them to look for bugs, but they don't actually test them. Like the older maps, you could call them more strategic. The developers were actually trying to figure out, okay, if I have, say, this verticality here on this map, and maybe we have this building here, we have this little close quarter section here, how does it all play in together in the flow of the map? Or they could say, okay, if we put a doorway here, maybe some cover here, how does the sight line affect the rest of the map? But then if you have a window over here, you can see over... Like, I am confident that they actually did that back then, and they don't do that nowadays. There's no way. There's just no way. You know why? How many maps from the past 6 years that aren't remakes are actually memorable? If I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't really think of a single one off the top of my head. None of them are really that interesting. They don't actually put thought and effort into the maps. They just make something that looks visually pleasing and just call it a day. They also don't take into account any of the mechanics in the game and the balancing of the game. So remember, the weapon balancing and the mechanics play into how the maps play. Back then, it was a lot more chaotic, and I'm sure they took that into account. Now, the balancing, like I just said, takes a huge effect on the maps. The golden age of COD, that balancing, the games weren't necessarily balanced, but they were fun. You know why? Because the developers just made a game that they had fun playing. I know, it's a crazy concept, right? Like, you enjoy playing a game, and then it's good. Something the modern developers just do not do anymore. Now, like I said, the balancing wasn't necessarily balanced, but it was just genuine fun. We had so many overpowered weapons. Like, think back to the original Modern Warfare 2. There were so many overpowered weapons. Like, I would say 80% of them were overpowered. And if everything's overpowered, then nothing's overpowered. right? It's like you could use any weapon and do well with it. You could have fun playing with it. Of course, there's going to be a couple outliers that are much better than others, or maybe a couple outliers that are a lot worse than others. But for the most part, every weapon was viable in that game on every map. That's fun. That is fun. Modern Call of Duty balancing, they say, let's take all of these weapons and make them horrible. Let's make them terrible. When every gun sucks, then no gun sucks, right? It's like the opposite effect. Like on one end of the spectrum, if every gun is overpowered, nothing's overpowered. But if every gun sucks, then no gun sucks. You see, the problem is this just isn't fun. This is fun. And when every gun sucks over here, as soon as you have one or two weapons that is slightly better than the others, those become the meta. And you have to run those weapons, or else you just get shit on by 90% of the community that is running those weapons. It's like, they don't use their fucking brains over there, modern Call of Duty developers and Activision. They don't think. I guarantee you it's going to be the same thing in Black Ops 7. I'm not even going to play that game. I know for a fact it's going to be the exact same thing. You know what else they do? I do have a little bit of a conspiracy. Why do they make every gun terrible, but then there's like one or two standout outliers? I think it's because of greed. How could greed affect the weapon balancing though? That's because every new season, when they have a battle pass, and they have 2 new weapons in it, why is it that they're always the most overpowered gun in the game? It wouldn't be because they want you to buy the battle pass and instantly skip all those tiers, right? So you instantly have the gun and start having fun using an overpowered weapon, like you used to back in the day, right? Nah, surely not. No, those 2 new weapons are so overpowered. And then after a couple months into the season, they finally nerfed them into oblivion. They're useless just like the rest of the weapons in the game. Next season comes out, new battle pass, 2 new weapons, they're overpowered. Rinse and repeat this cycle. Like, I mean, god damn it, it's so bad. It's so bad, they have no idea what they're doing. I'm ranting way too much about the newer Call of Duties. It's pissing me off, not gonna lie. In the older games, like Modern Warfare 2, like I said, you could use any weapon you wanted to, right? Not only that, but we had an insane perk system, like Commando Pro with a tactical knife, or without a tactical knife, and you could stab somebody from a mile away. It was hilarious. And it was fun. It was funny. But who cares? Like, yeah, it was stupid, but it was fun. We also had stopping power, so you could kill people in like 2 bullets. I mean, that's what helped to make every gun overpowered. But you didn't have to run it. There were other perks in the game. It wasn't a necessity. There was a trade-off to the perk system. I don't know, I guess that modern thinking is just... I guess that old way of thinking is just gone in the modern games. We had kill streaks that ended the game. Like the tactical nuke, the classic soundbite. Tactical nuke incoming! Yeah, we do have nukes nowadays that end the game, but it's not even close to being the same. Back then, you could use your other kill streaks to chain into the nuke. So you would use a Harrier at 7 kills, a Chopper Gunner or AC-130 at 11, and a tactical nuke at 25. And also, besides the tactical nuke, all of the kill streaks, the Chopper Gunner would actually destroy everyone in the game. Like, you were raining bullets down from the sky like a goddamn demon. There was no spawn protection. You would kill people in like one shot with the Chopper Gunner, instantly kill them. And it wasn't that easy to get shot down. I don't think I ever got shot down when I was in a Chopper Gunner in that game. Modern Call of Duty? First off, there's insane spawn protection, so you can't even kill someone for like 6 seconds after they spawn. It takes a lot longer to kill them, and they can shoot you down in like 1 rocket. So what is the point of getting the Chopper Gunner? Like, there is no point. Like, it's just not fun. It's just not fun. When I'm saying balance, Modern Warfare 2, the original one, and the original Call of Duties are not balanced, but they're still fun. Their balance comes from being purely chaotic. Yeah, it's fun to play. Black Ops 2 is straight up 100% S-tier balancing. They have never replicated that again. And Black Ops 2 came out in 2012, 13 years ago. Now, I prefer the more chaotic fun, but Black Ops 2 is still an S-tier game for me. It's iconic. They will never match that balancing again. Now, in between games in these old CODs, you would do some good old-fashioned shit-talking. Shit-talk your own teammates, shit-talk the enemies. The lobby would stay together. You'd go into the next game with a nice heated rivalry. The social aspect of older Call of Duties was chef's kiss, okay? We don't have that nowadays. The social aspect of modern Call of Duty is completely dead. It's dead in the water. Somebody tied it up, put a cinder block on him, and kicked him out, kicked him off a bridge. and just drowned them. Back then we had forced game chat, we had persistent lobbies like I just said, so after the game you would stay in it and it would create rivalries, right? Or sometimes you would actually make friends, make lasting friendships playing Call of Duty. How many lasting friendships have you made within the last 6 years of playing Call of Duty? Probably 0, right? Because you can't. It's like they have completely gotten rid of it. It's impossible to make any friends in Call of Duty nowadays. There's no forced game chat. Nobody even talks in the game anymore because half the people are just getting shadow banned by an AI that's detecting because you said a swear word. Oh. It's like, who decided that should be in the game? I really want to know, like, if they're so afraid of you saying mean words, and I'm not talking about genuine hate speech, I'm talking about just telling someone you're gonna fuck their mom tonight. Like, you know there's this crazy feature in the game, right? Called the mute button. Let me tell you about this button. The mute button was invented probably 25 years ago. If you don't feel like hearing someone talk in game, you just click on their name and click mute, and then you never hear them again. What happened to that? Why do we need an AI monitoring our speech? Like, what, are we living in a dystopian, like, environment? Like, what are we doing? And nobody wants to talk because people are afraid to get banned. People are afraid to say anything. In Black Ops 6, nobody talked. It was insane. But then if you go on Modern Warfare 3 from the year before, even like a year after release, there were more people talking in that game than Black Ops 6. It's like, did they ramp up the AI for Black Ops 6 or something? Like, I don't, what are they doing? What happened to just talking to people in game? You cannot do it anymore. I've made so many friends playing Call of Duty back in the day, and enemies, and it was fun, but you just can't do that anymore, and it's just, like, actually pathetic. It's, like, genuinely fucking pathetic. The campaigns of the Golden Age Call of Duties were legendary, memorable, and badass. You loved the characters. The characters in that game were badass, and you wanted them to kick ass. Whoever was the antagonist of that game, you wanted to put a bullet in their brain. Like, you could not wait to do it. And there were actual memorable moments. You already know what moments I'm talking about.
We have the DSL. We got it, sir. Good. That's one less loose end. No!
And it's like current Call of Duty games, they try to copy these legendary campaigns from back in the day, but it just ends up feeling like a shitty plastic Temu version of those campaigns. It's like they almost use the same characters, but they're just not the same at all, you know? Even like with the Modern Warfare reboot, they had the same characters, but they were completely different voice actors. And it's like, if you've played the originals, it just throws you off. Not only that, but it's just like an uninteresting story. It's just a generic-ass story. There's nothing special about them. And the campaign used to set the tone for the multiplayer. Nowadays, no one cares about the campaign. When you would play the campaign, you got a feel for how the characters were going to be, the maps were going to be like, what the guns were going to feel like, the theme and tone of the game. It's just not like that anymore. The campaign is literally nothing. Which, okay, fine. They don't want the campaign to be a big thing. I mean, the rest of the game sucks, so it doesn't really matter. The older games were complete on launch. Now, this isn't just a Call of Duty thing, overall gaming thing, but they were content complete at launch. You got the campaign, you got the multiplayer, potentially an extra mode. There was no seasons. There was no skins. There was no battle pass. No $30 skins. I mean, there was DLC, but they were like actually high quality, fun maps to play on, and you weren't forced to buy them, and you never felt forced to buy them. I never felt forced to buy them. I bought them in a couple of the games, but not all of them. I never felt forced to play them. The older games had a theme and a tone, and they stuck to it the entire year. Again, because there was no skins for them to just throw and drop in the game. Like, you know, imagine if in the original Golden Age CODs you could just be Nicki Minaj and Snoop Dogg running around with Makarov and Captain Price. If you said that to someone back then, that's what Call of Duty would look like. They would actually laugh in your face. Now there's no more integrity, and that's been completely thrown out the window. We also had the bonus modes, right? Like I mentioned, zombies, survival, spec ops. This was completely innovative back in the day. This was brand new to us, and ever since then it's like they haven't really innovated on it, and if they've innovated on it, they've gone backwards. Like zombies in the original World at War, it was it was like a genuine horror game. Like, it was scary, it was intense, and you were just trying to survive. Whereas zombies nowadays is just, it's not scary at all anymore. There's no tension. It's just like, you're just leveling up your guns to get camos. Like, who cares? Like, it just feels, I don't know, it feels like, it feels very watered down. World at War Zombies, we had that complete horror tone to it, whereas nowadays it's like a kiddie version of it. Now, the golden age of COD, like, these games were innovative, and you were excited as hell for them. As soon as a new trailer dropped on YouTube, or you saw maybe a new commercial for it on TV, you were unbelievably hyped, and so was everyone around you. You could not wait to get your hands on it. Nowadays, a new trailer drops, and it's like the most disliked trailer on YouTube constantly, or no one just really gives a shit about it because it's, you know, it's going to be the same game that's been released for the past 6 years in a row. Nothing's changed with it because they're not innovative anymore. It's really just been the same slop for the past 5 to 6 years. Call of Duty nowadays feels very corporatized. Back then, you got a complete game. You spent $60, you had a complete packaged game in your hands. Nowadays, you pay $70+ and it's almost as if they sold you a store with a game attached to it. It's like they just want to suck all the money out of you. Whereas the golden age, the devs created a fun game and they poured their heart and soul into it because they just wanted to make a game that they could play and have fun on with their friends and family. Modern COD just has no soul. It's just complete slop. Back then, you didn't always have a 100 GB update when you loaded into the game. You didn't even have to install it. You just took the disc, popped it in your Xbox or PlayStation, and that's it. You are on. Now, obviously, that doesn't necessarily have to do with Call of Duty. That's modern gaming problem. But the 100 GB updates, that is like, what is Activision doing, man? Like, you guys are morons. Also, you didn't have to go through several menus. Like, you load up the game nowadays, update requires restart. Update requires restart. 100 GB update. You have to go through a menu for the new battle pass, then a new event, then another new event, and then here's a new skin, and then here's the store. It's like, I just want to play the game. It's like this game is just catered to gambling addicts and kids. Like, I don't understand. Looking at a slot machine, you know, just like flashing colors, here's all these skins, here's this event, battle pass, like, give me money. It's like the game is catered to kids nowadays that just are going to use their parents' credit card to just buy $30 skins, rather than people that are actually 17+ buying the game and playing it and having fun. They don't actually care about making a good game anymore. They just care about making money. And we're probably never going to go back to those older COD games. Just thinking back to it, from Call of Duty 4 all the way up to Black Ops 2, those were 6 years of the most fun games ever. Some people obviously like the modern era better, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. Some people like the older versions better, like World at War and Black Ops 1. Well, Black Ops 2 also, but that was futuristic. I like the modern version better. I loved Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. But I had fun with every single game. Those games just, oh man, they're just so good. The good news is we can still play those games nowadays. You know, if you want, if you have an Xbox, you could just hop on those games. They're backwards compatible. Or if you have a PC, there's a lot of third-party clients where you could just play these games and you don't have to worry about any hackers. So, I mean, at least we have that. I mean, anytime I want to play Call of Duty nowadays, I just hop on one of these clients on my PC. I just play Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2, and I just have a good time. And, you know, it's not just out of nostalgia, it's because they're genuinely good games. The gameplay is great, the maps are incredible, the gunplay feels good, the kill streaks are fun to use, and the graphics are fine. I mean, really, who cares about graphics? I'm just here to play a fun game, and that's really it. For me personally, Modern Warfare 3 was my favorite Golden Age Call of Duty. Let me know in the comments below, what's your favorite Golden Age Call of Duty? Peace out.